Good morning, friends. Myself, K. Lakshmi, Assistant Professor in the Department of SNH, Chevrolet Engineering College, title Lasers, topic Pumping Methods. In the last session, we discussed about what is the differences between spontaneous emission and stimulated emission, and also relation between Einstein coefficients, that is A12, B12, B21, how they are related. So that is discussed in the last classes. Today in this session, we discuss about the pumping methods. Before we discuss about the pumping methods, let us know some basic definitions. What is a lifetime? Actually, lifetime is also we have to study in the case of spontaneous emission. That means, for example, so here there are two energy levels, E1 and E2. Okay. Now, the atom present at this exit state is taken as the lifetime. That means the minimum time staying an atom in the exit state is known as the lifetime. So, if we take three energy level system, for example, so this is E3 and this is E2 energy level. Now, the atom present at this energy level lifetime is very small. Then a spontaneous emission is takes place in. So spontaneous emission is nothing but without giving external energy, the atom jumps from higher energy level to lower energy level. So this is the next energy level. Okay. Now, the lifetime at this state is very less. That means 10 power minus 8 seconds. Due to less lifetime, the atom in the exit state is undergoes spontaneous emission. But whereas whatever the atom in this second energy level, it stays more time. That means the lifetime is 10 power minus 3 seconds. So at this position, it cannot jump to lower energy without giving external energy. That means when we giving some external energy, then the atom in this state is moved to E2 to E1. So, and at this condition, when an atom jumped from E2 energy level to E1 energy level, it emits 2 photons of energy. So why? Because the main reason is whatever the atom staying in this energy level 2, it has a lifetime 10 power minus 3 seconds. So you did not image which one is the, you image 10 power minus 8 seconds is not a bigger value as compared with 10 power minus 3 seconds. So here it is the minus value. So automatically 10 power minus 8 is a smaller value. 10 power minus 3 is a bigger value. Okay. So you did not follow the values. 8 is the highest, 3 is the smallest. No. Minus 8 is small, minus 3 is a high. So that's why 10 power minus 8 seconds is less time. So that's why automatically the atom present at E3 is jumped to E2 energy level without absorbing any energy here. That means it is jumped spontaneously. That means they jumped by itself without taking any extra energy. So that's why this E3 energy level is nothing but excited state. So this is called E3 level is act as a exit state because here the lifetime is 10 power minus 3 seconds. But whereas as the atom stay more time at this energy level, what is this energy level? E2 energy level. And that lifetime is 10 power minus 3 seconds. So here they need some external energy. They need some external energy. Then only it jumps to lower energy. So, and it emits 2 photons of energy. So this energy level is nothing but, that means the lifetime of the atom is of order 10 power minus 3 seconds. Then this energy level is nothing but metastable state. This energy level is nothing but metastable state. So these are the types of states. So which energy state is called excited, which energy state is called metastable state, that depends upon the lifetime. If lifetime is 10 power minus 8 seconds, then the energy level state is nothing but excited state. If the lifetime is 10 power minus 3 seconds, then the state is nothing but metastable state. So here, the metastable state is very important for lasing action. Why? Because here the process is stimulated emission process. So the main reason is here the process is spontaneous emission, because here there is no external energy, but here there is some external energy. So this emission process, that means whatever the emission process takes place between E2 to E1 is useful for lasing production. Okay, so here the you clearly understand what is the metastable state. The next concept is population density, population inversion. The number of atoms per unit volume in an energy level is known as population. So actually there are number of energy levels are there. Then how many atoms per unit volume? For example, this is the one group. Okay, these are the energy levels here. These are the various energy level. Then these are the atoms on this energy level. Okay, like that. So the number of atoms per, this is the closed area. The number of atoms per unit volume in energy levels is nothing but population. This is indicated by the expression capital N. So N is equal to formula. Already we discussed in relation between Einstein coefficients. This is the clearly generalized expression for the number of atoms in the energy level. That is N is equal to N naught exponential E by kBT. Here kb is nothing but Boltzmann constant. T is called absolute temperature. Now this generalized expression we have to taken for N1 and for N2. So here N1 and N2 are the atoms present in energy level E1 and E2. So N1 is equal to expression N naught E power minus E1 by KT. Here 1 is in suffix mode, and N2 is equal to N naught E power minus E2 by KB. Now, this is also we have to do in a previous slide. The N1 by N2 by taking ratio between these two values. Simply N0 and N0 are cancelled, and E power minus E2 move to from numerator to denominator side. So this becomes to N1 by N2 equal to exponential of E2 minus E1 by KB. Whereas E2 minus E1 value is h nu. That means the energy difference between any two energy levels is value equal to h nu. So N1 by N2 is equal to exponential of h nu by kV. Generally, the atoms at lower energy level is more as compared with higher energy level. That means general population. Population means here how many number of atoms are presenting. That is the population here we express. So generally, population is N1 greater than N2. So for lasing action purpose, what is the lasing action purpose? That means for lasing light production, the main condition is N2 minus N1. That means the number of atoms in the, so here two energy levels, E1 and E2. Okay. So the number of atoms present in the second energy level is more as compared with the first energy level. Then only here we have to stimulated emission process is going. So stimulated emission process is for lasing production. Actually, the number of atoms in the lower energy level is more. But for lasing action, this case is reversed. That means N2 greater than N1. That means population is inversion. So this condition is nothing but, that is N2 greater than N1 condition is nothing but population inversion. So what is the population inversion? The number of atoms is more in higher energy level than the number of atoms present in the lower energy level. So this is called population inversion or inverted population. So if in case we have to take three energy level system, that is E1, E2, E3 energy level system, generally the population in these energy levels is like N1 greater than N2 greater than N3. So this is the schematic picture of generalized population in energy levels. So in E1, N3, E1 having, sorry, here this is the E1, E2 and this is E3. Okay. Here also E1, E2 and E3. Actually, the number of atoms present in E1 energy level is more, and next E2 and next E3. That means N1 greater than N2 greater than N3. This is the general population in energy levels. But as we giving some external energy, some suitable form of energy, then the atoms present in lower energy level is jumped to higher energy level. But here it is an excited state, so the lifetime is very small. So these atoms are jumped to second energy level. But in second energy level, atoms are staying more lifetime here. So simply this is nothing but metastable state. So in this case, when we giving some external energy here, then atoms at the metastable state are moved to downward. And here by every 1 photon of energy, they emit 2 photon of energy. But here only 1 photon of energy is emitted. Okay. That means here the radiations are nothing but ordinary light. Here the radiations are nothing but laser light. Because here the process is stimulated emission. Stimulated emission. Here the process is spontaneous emission process. Spontaneous emission process. Okay. So what is a pumping? So this process, whatever it may be, stimulated emission process is taking place only for giving some external energy. Okay. So once again, I repeat that This is the first figure. That means initially the atoms in the energy level are like that. That means lower energy having more atoms, and next second energy level, next third energy level. But whereas in this picture, by giving some extra energy, the atoms in the lower energy level are absorbing and they jump to third energy level. Okay. But third energy level, the atoms staying less time. So they easily jumped from E3 to E2 level. Here, without any giving extra energy, but also they jumped from E3 to E2 by emitting 1 photon of energy. So it is an emission process, but this emission process is a spontaneous emission process. Okay. But whereas at energy level 2, atoms are staying more time, more lifetime. That means 10 power minus 3 seconds. So automatically this energy state is called metastable state. This energy state is called metastable state. So at this state, when we giving some extra energy to these atoms, now these atoms are jumped from E2 energy level to E1. Okay. So by emitting 2 photons of energy, then jump to E1 level. Before that, here the number of atoms are more as compared with the E1. So the energy levels are like this type of number of atoms in these energy levels. This is the main condition for obtaining lasing action. That means more number of atoms in the E2 energy level. E2 energy level is nothing but metastable state. So more atoms are present in higher energy level. That means the lasing action condition is N2 greater than N. N2 greater than N. Okay. So then what is the pumping method? And what is the phenomenon of pumping? So here in this process, we have to given some energy, some external energy in different forms. Then only here the process is taking place. Then what is the pumping method? Pumping method means the process of supplying suitable form of energy to achieve population inversion. So what is population inversion? Actually, the population is N1 greater than N2. What is population inversion? N2 greater than N1. So N2 greater than N1 is nothing but population inversion. So this is existing only by supplying suitable form of energy. So this process is called pumping. So this process is called pumping. So we have various pumping methods are there. Optical pumping method, electric discharge pumping method, inelastic atom collision pumping method, direct conversion pumping method, chemical pumping method. Actually, we have optical pumping method, which is used in ruby laser type. Electric discharge pumping method is used in helium neon laser. Inelastic atom collision is also used in helium neon laser system. Direct conversion method, which is used in semiconductor lasers. Chemical pumping method, which is used in carbon dioxide laser. So here, these are the types of lasers. Actually, types of lasers are, we have 5 types. Solid laser. This is also called as ruby laser. Gas laser. This is called helium neon laser. Liquid laser. And next, dye laser. semiconductor laser. Out of these 5, in our syllabus, we have only 2 types of lasers. That is ruby laser and helium neon laser. So these are the methods used for the laser light production. So these methods we have to use in the next session. Thank you to all.